Okay, so let's look at this question here. We've been given a length, okay? We have been given an angle, and we've been asked to find a length. Okay, so we've been given a length, we've been given an angle, and we've been asked to find a length. When we have a question like this, and this should be clear that it's a right angle, we can use trigonometry. Okay, we can use trig. So the first step in trigonometry is to label the triangle. Okay, so label the triangle. And the first label is the longest side. Okay, and we call that the hypotenuse. So this here is the longest side, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we call this the hypotenuse. Now, B, the length opposite the angle that we need to find out is called the opposite. So opposite the angle, sorry, not the opposite the angle that we need to find out, but opposite the angle that we've been given, or the one that we need to find out. So opposite the relevant angle. We call it the opposite. And which angle, which length is the opposite?
Y.
Y, good. And then the last one is called the adjacent. Okay. So now we have labeled our triangle. Okay. So step 2, we need to identify which trigonometry rule that we need. So identify the trig rule. So in order to identify the trig rule, we need to first write out the mnemonic, or the thing that we use to remember the trigonometry rules, and that is soh, kaf, toa. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how do we identify the rule that we need? Well, firstly, we look at what we've been given. We've been given the adjacent. Okay, so we underline all the A's. And then we underline what we need to work out, which is opposite, right? Because Y is the opposite, so we underline all the O's. Okay, the rule which has two things underlined, that's the one that we need. Okay, so this one's got both things underlined, so we use that rule. Okay, and then step 3, we sub in the values. We sub in the values. Okay, so now we just write the so what is it, TOA, right?
Yeah.
So that becomes tan. In the rule, O comes first, right? So it's O over A. Okay. So what was tan? I mean, what was the angle? Sorry, angle was 27, right?
Yeah.
So let's put 27 there. And what was O?
The one you need to find.
The one you need to find. So we're going to write Y there. And what's A?
A is 21.
A is 21 centimeters. That's the adjacent. Good. We can put that value in. Cool. Now we just use a little bit of algebra to rearrange it. If 21 is dividing on the right, what does it do on the left?
Multiply.
Good. So we just multiply it here. Okay. Have you got your calculator with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so in your calculator, what you want to do is you want to write in tan 27. What is it?
Tan 27.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is it?
0.5.
0.5. Good. So usually when you're doing these questions, you want to use the whole value in the calculator. So I'm just going to write some of the values. 0.509 dot dot dot. So whatever it is in the calculator, and we're going to times that by 21. Okay. So what's 0.509 times by 21? So in the calculator, just do times by 21. What is
It's
it?
10.7. 10.70003.
10.7. So we'll just leave it there. So 10.7
Yeah,
is the length.
10.7.
So 10.7 centimeters. So we can go back to the length and just write 10.7